Hey, Ken, thank you so much for joining us on the Business Corner.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Well, as the Civic Affairs Vice President of the Chamber of
hmm
Commerce of Greater Philadelphia, tell us a little bit about the work that you do.
Absolutely. So, part of the work that I do is really aligned with our strategic plan, and that is all about making sure that we are cultivating and helping businesses to grow. The Chamber has a history, of course, of developing businesses and shaping our economic climate and business climate. And so, I get the pleasure of working with colleagues who are all purpose to do that, as well as with stakeholders and partners in our region.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, give me one or two examples that the Chamber is offering to help small businesses here in the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah, so I think the word that comes to mind for me is that we are purposed to create access.
Hmm.
And so when I think about small businesses, local businesses, I know that access is one of the key tactics that is necessary in their growth. And so we really try to focus on making sure that there is access for all businesses to grow. I think it's fair to say that in the last few years, we've sort of shifted our focus to not only offer access, but equitable access. So you'll see a great emphasis around inclusive growth, making sure that there is a diversity not only in race, but also in industry, and really in thought and leadership across the board as it relates to the business community.
So, in your role, seems like you're in the position of a whole bunch of leadership,
Mhm,
right? So, guiding, I know you're on some various prominent committees at the
mhm.
Chamber and, of course, outside the Chamber of Commerce. But tell me a little bit about your style and approach to leadership to getting some of those things done when it comes to inclusive growth.
Yeah, I've had that question before, and I gotta please indulge me as I give this example. I really see leadership, or my role in leadership, is really as a conductor.
Mm.
So if you think about music or
Mm-hmm.
a choir or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
my job is to make sure that I'm listening and understanding the resources and talent around my team, as an example. And then my job is to sort of pull it together. And my goal is really to get the best out of each person so that they not only, can show up, authentically, but also that they are maximizing their gifts and talents. And then as a leader, my role or responsibility is to cultivate and nurture that. And so I really, really place an emphasis on the people aspect of it. I'm also, I get it. Coming from the business world, I'm also results driven.
Yeah,
So I think if you marry the two in balance, if you've got people as well as goals and things that people can work towards, I think that's a great recipe
I
for
like it.
success.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've sat in some of your rooms.
hmm
I've seen you be proactive in that
hmm
approach, taking notes and then coming back with follow-ups and giving us milestones and goals,
hmm
real practicum. So as someone who sat in that room, I appreciated that.
Yes.
What are some ways that local and state governments can better partner with the chamber business leaders to create new jobs and fuel economic growth?
That's an excellent question. I mean, there's so many. How long do I have?
As long as you need.
I think that some of it is obvious. You would think. I think we have to work collaboratively
Mm-hmm.
with all folks across the spectrum, if you will, whether it's city, local government, state, as well as federal.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just telling someone this the other day. I really feel like there is a different spirit in Philadelphia, in our region, and it's more of a spirit of collaboration.
Mm.
Understanding that it takes a village, as we just heard,
Mm-hmm.
you and I being in a meeting together
Mm-hmm.
this morning, it really does take that village to be thinking about how we can collectively be problem solvers and thought partners together.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that that's really, something that we need at all levels of government. The one thing too that I would say is carpe diem. Let's
Mm-hmm.
seize the moment, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
We've got some great momentum. The governor just announced, his economic development
Mm-hmm.
plan. It too is sort of aligned with the Chamber of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia's strategic plan, where we have really doubled down on making sure that we're investing economically in businesses and local businesses. So I think that's an example of how the stars are aligning. And now we just have to get out of our way, each
Mm-hmm.
other's way, and work together and get it done.
Mm. I love the chamber. My motto for them is always doing good business,
Yeah. Yeah.
And as we think about some of the goals that you guys are approaching for the next 2 to 3 years, is there something that you can share?
Yeah, I mean, again, we've just completed our strategic plan. I know I'm talking about that a lot, but it really does serve as our North Star
Mm,
to help inform, what we're about and what we're doing. We
yeah.
recognize that, again, it's a collaborative collective that is going to take, it's going to take, excuse me,
Hmm.
to get a lot of this work done. So when I think about everything from, neighborhood development or
Hmm.
redevelopment, reinvestment in neighborhoods, how we are investing in underserved communities,
Yeah.
how we're making sure that resources that are coming from federal and state are, geared towards or funneled towards the people that need them the most.
Yeah.
Those are things we're doing in addition to preparing for 2026.
Hmm.
So we've got a lot on our plate in the business community, and I think that it's fair to say that we know our assignment,
Mm.
and that is to be supportive. We will lead where we need to lead. We will work together with others where we need to work together and come alongside them. But again, I think we're all, kind of singing from the same sheet, if you will,
Hmm.
that we've got a lot of work to do. Because Philadelphia, I'm sure, and I've heard you say it before as well, we have so many great assets in our
Hmm.
region. And we've got so many great people in our region. We're smart,
Hmm.
there's that grit as well. But
Hmm.
more than that, I think that we all know that if we work together, again, we can get this done.
We could get
So,
this done.
yeah,
Well, Ken, you're definitely getting this done. And
thank
I
you.
appreciate you so much for coming on the Business Corner.
Thank you.